I'm back into making videos for the summer. I thought to myself, I haven't looked through my old artwork in a very long time. I used to draw and paint and doodle a lot, mostly back in high school. I haven't really drawn much in adult years. I've drawn some, most drawings I don't finish, and mostly I just face paint now because it takes less time to face paint than most of my drawings would, and then I wash it off and it doesn't clutter my house and I don't wind up with extra paper and canvases and stuff all over the place that for the most part I don't always like because I'm hard on myself. Anyway, yeah, let's react to some old artwork. They're not going to be in any particular order, like not like this is going to be the oldest all the way to like newer art. It's just going to be all over the place. Here's one I never finished that has a lighthouse in it. And I think these are supposed to be like like flowers, but that look like the shutters of a camera. I don't know, some water painting. Never finished it. Some attempt at like older style writing, like Gothic, because I went through a phase of being obsessed with it. And it says she's spinning, well it says he's, I forgot the S, spinning between constellations and dreams. Her rhythm is my beating heart. There goes my Josh Groban obsession. Kind of fell out of love with drawing, which makes me sad. I used to really love it. Really love it. The rose died. Dead, gone. Dr. Seuss trees behind some pyramids because why not? I call this my Christmas squirrel house. I don't know what this is. I drew a lot of random eyeballs back in the day. Random pastel scribbling. Because I hated pastel, so scribbling was all that was going to happen. Random graffiti attempts. Dead babies drawing with dead animals. I was a slightly disturbed teenager. I don't know if I'm liking this looking through old artwork stuff. Oh, dear goodness. Okay, so I really like Thundercats, like a lot. And teenage me tried to draw them, and like they're really bad. Specifically Tigra, like and Chitara's kind of Snarf and Lino and Wily Kit, Wily Cat. They're passable. The other ones, ugh. This is mortifying. I'm like, I don't know if I like this, guys. Okay, so the rest of it is crappy and scribbled, so I'm gonna hide it. But there's my pen doodle of Poppy Largo, because I pretty much lived off of Repo the Genetic Opera, like on a daily. Here's a random, really blocky drawing of Jeffree Star. From like MySpace days. Jeffree Star. Okay, this one's kind of cute actually. It's kind of, I think, I don't know, it's just like, I totally wear her hair. I like that much about it. My notebook tried to take my shirt off. That's not okay. Random scared octopus. One thing I am loving from looking through my old art is that I'm actually liking my new art, and so the cringe factor makes me appreciate my growth and actually notice my growth as an artist, because typically I finish a piece and I'm like, I could have done so much better, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Like every other artist on the planet, I'm hard on myself, and I feel a little better about myself right now. Random color scribbles, I liked these a lot too. Lightly drawn Aslan, lightly drawn all things Lord of the Rings, and random markered in ring inscriptions and on the door to Moria. These are also really old, so there's a lot of like smudging. Can you tell I was listening to Paramore that day, obsessively? And her arm, let's talk about her arm that looks like a chicken leg. A field of lupins. Ah, rose. I used to like painting these like not very well blended, blocky colored roses. Random sunflower colorful thinga. gonna be a long freaking video. Mystique. This one's actually kind of cool, I think. Splatter drawing Mystique. It's not bad. This one was from probably a couple years ago. So this was supposed to be a cover page for my art binder. The main character is very, very Alex Party inspired, and then I just threw other things in. This is not the worst of what I have to show, so I'm kind of okay with it. More flowers. I really, really liked flowers in the teenager. Colorful Chinese dragon. Okay, so I haven't fully kicked my bronchitis. Random colorful tree thing. What's this? Practicing colors on fruit. I think I was listening to like the Lion King musical soundtrack. I don't even know if you can tell, but there's like Simba in the moon, and it says, "I know that the night must end, and that the sun will shine." And this poster was on my wall for so long, so I printed these 4 Tinkerbells. And so in the corner here we have Girly Tink. Then we have, I think it's Pirate Tink, Punk Tink, and Regular Tink. That is as good of a glimpse into my teenage years as you could ever possibly get. I'll show you this one. Highlighter flower. More flowers. Always flowers. I love flowers. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's like a dryad with a very prominent buttocks. Butterfly on a flower. Some sunflowers. A whole whack load of flowers. Okay, so this is like a super crappily drawn flower, but it says La Fleur de la Chance. I don't know if anyone gets that reference, but I was super, super, super obsessed with Mary-Kate and Ashley, and Passport to Paris was one of my favorite movies of theirs when I was a wee young. Truth is, I'd still watch them. Anyway, on the back of this like guy's little scooter thing that she had, one of the girls had a thing for, it said La Fleur de la Chance. More emo days. It's he crawls like a bird from a worm, and he wears his heart safety pinned to his backpack. He wears his heart safety pinned to his backpack. His backpack is all that he knows. More Nightmare Before Christmas doodles. Oh, this one's not bad. It's a little dream catcher. I mean, it's not bad compared to some of the stuff I've shown you guys today. This one, I was in grade 6, which means I graduated grade 12 5 years ago. Grade 6, what was 6? So this is about 11 years ago. I think she's some kind of Egyptian mermaid butterfly fairy thing. I don't know. Every March break, me and my friends would get together. Typically me and my friend Rebecca, and then sometimes other human beings would join us. And we would make muffins, and we would make icing, all kinds of different colors, and we would try to make all of our muffins look super emo, and we called them emo muffins, and then I drew an emo muffin, and I called my friend Rebecca emo muffin for a long, long time. Everything was so dramatic when I was a teenager. Oh my gosh. She's kind of cute. I mean, she's not like the worst thing I've drawn. Can you tell, like, I hated hands and feet, so I would, like, find every excuse or every which way that people could be posed that I didn't have to draw hands or feet. I feel like every artwork I've shown, I've been like, random this and random that. I swear, like, every video, there's, like, a word that I say over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away, Naboo was under attack. That had nothing to do with anything. A skull. My love of skulls started a long time ago. There was a time when I would go to school every single day with, like, a skull shirt, or a skull accessory, or skull leggings, or skull pants. Everything was skulls. I had a skull on everything, and everything was neon. Neon and skulls. That pretty much sums up my high school life, and bad drawings. Here is the one time I drew something out of pastels that I actually really liked. Yet again, an example of not finishing things and not liking hands. So I actually drew this hand. I didn't hate it. And then I was going to put an umbrella in this hand. I think this was like a human body study thing I did in high school. And I tried drawing her face over and over and I hated it. So I put a box on it. Because that's clearly the answer to everything. So this one time in high school, there was a bunch of blobs on a piece of paper. And to me, it kind of looked like a zebra. So I turned it into a zebra. And then I made a bunch of blobs on another piece of paper. I like getting messy with art. Actually, like, that's why I like painting, because it's messy, it gets everywhere, you kind of really get into it, and it gets all over your clothes, and then people will have visual representation that you're an artist. No, but I like that, like, paint fights you and stuff, you know? More of my high school scribbly diddlies. Let's go way back to, like, Baby Sam artwork. Literally, like, baby. I was 3 years old. Clearly so talented. This is my drawing of Mitchell Davis, who's, I don't really watch that much anymore, but in high school I was obsessed with his YouTube channel, so I drew him. I was up one night, I couldn't sleep, and my cousin and her boyfriend came in drunk, and he's like, "What the heck you doing up?" And I'm like, "I'm drawing tea. What are you doing up?" And he's like, "I'm drinking." I'm like, "Well, I'm drawing tea." I actually really like this one. It's particularly strange, but there's an alien mama pregnant with her alien baby lactating some kind of black ooze. Multiple views of Converse, because that's all I were Converse and Converse type sneakers and knockoff Converse. And now as a grown-up, I'm like, they not comfy. Super over HDR picture of my bro face blowing bubbles. Because, like everyone, someone eventually goes through a really bad HDR phase. Down to the last 2, I'm totally cutting this video. Scribble doodle of a goose. I went through this weird phase of, like, just wanting to scribble animals all the time. Like, scribble doodle of some fennecs. Here's a drawing of my now husband that I did when we started dating, of him playing guitar. Still like that avoidance for really dark shadowing. I did eventually get better, but I actually don't know where any of those drawings are. I am going to go on a hunt for them in a minute. Painting of, these were actually like, I had this pink pair of shorts that had these exact roses on them, and I just decided to paint them one day because I liked them. Pinup girl with walrus head. Ah! Is that like in focus? Let's put it next to my face. Would I be a pretty pinup walrus? So, when I was 18, I went through a really bad breakup, which was my first, like, big, devastating heartbreak. And then I drew this, which was symbolizing creating beauty from pain. I very much like how it turned out, but I didn't use the best quality paper, and I didn't understand the importance of layering your colors. So I pressed a little too hard, and there's quite a few areas where I actually went through the paper. But all that aside, this is actually a decent drawing. A foot, because I didn't like feet, so I full out just drew a foot. It says Once Upon a Dream, and it's more abstract-y type stuff. Because honestly, sometimes, actually not sometimes, 90% of the time, I like abstract so much better than everything else. I like colorful, I like fun, I like things that don't hurt my brain, and things that calm me down. Here are some teacups. Well, they're supposed to be like elemental ones, so you have fire, water, and clouds, because apparently I didn't want to do earth. Here is when I actually started putting a little more dimension into my drawings, a little more white, or like using the concept that you should have a dark that is as dark as the whitest of the page. Here's a heart nail polish drawing of it dripping and drooping and things and whatnot and stuff. I went to Nova Scotia 2 years ago to introduce my new husband to the majority of my family. Like, he had met my parents and my brother and stuff, but my family's all on the East Coast and he hadn't met them, so I did a lot of doodling while we were in Nova Scotia. I had brought Sharpies because I didn't want to be able to erase. I wanted to force myself to stick with what I had and problem solve a bit better, which is always something I've had an issue with. So here's my Cheshire Cat. And here's the Mad Hatter hat going down into some kind of spiral thing. Here's a Ninja Turtle doodle because we all know by now I love the Ninja Turtles. These were supposed to be lupins because I also had a thing for lupins for a while. But my dad said that they look like poop, and then I literally drew poop on a stem, and it was like, no, this looks like poop, but looking at it now, it kind of just does look like purple colored poop. A lighthouse. We were on our way to Briar Island, which is gorgeous when I drew that one. Here's a pointillism. Well, the whale tail's not pointillism, but everything else was. This took forever, but you know what? I still like it to this day, which is more than I can say about most of my drawings. Here's some just scribble sea animals. So there's a dolphin and a lobster and a snail and a seagull and a crab and a bird and a jellyfish. Here's a sailboat. I don't know if you can see because the yellow is pretty bright, but there's also like golds in there just to break it up a bit. Here's another nail polish art. This one's a jellyfish. This one, I actually hate it when I did, but like a lot of things, it's like I hate them and I eventually go back and I'm like, oh, I actually like that. That's not bad. Random mountains with nail polished tips on them. Okay, this one, I kind of am beating myself up for never finishing. But every time I like sit down to try to finish, I just do not want to. But here is what is the start of Agra. Ugh, the mountains are so distracting. Can I like get rid of them? Okay. This is the start of Agra from Dark Crystal, which is still one of my favorite movies. I don't know how I loved it so much as a kid. I was scared of everything, but I was not scared of Dark Crystal. More nail polish animals, because I like doing... I'm trying to make sure it's in focus, and I know my face is, but like I don't know where it's in focus for this or not. More nail polish animals. This was a drunken sunflower doodle. This space, negative space, drawing, and it's Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie. There is a picture that I took of my best friend, and my attempts at sort of like a minimal drawing of it. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel where I kind of just post whatever the heck I want, whenever the heck I feel like it. And there's occasionally clips of cats, which I guess is what the internet's made for. And don't forget to head on over to my Instagram and follow my 100 days of makeup, which I will be posting month by month recaps. Another cat hair, it's back to haunt me. I'll be posting month to month recaps on my YouTube, and bye sunshines!